Hi everyone, welcome to our group Beyond the Veil. We want to welcome you and we hope that you're having a very blessed and beautiful day. Our group owner is Lorna Richards. Our admins are Sue Telfer, Tracy Galton Cantwell, Ashley Vergano, and myself, Carla Sparks. And we just want to welcome you, and we're going to try to do our best to help give you information that will help you progress in your reawakening, if you will. So I'm not the best at doing videos, but I am learning, and we're going to discuss a variety of topics today. And after this video, we would really appreciate your comments and feedback, and let us know if there are other things that you would like us to try to focus on to help you and others learn. We really feel like this is going to be an amazing group. I just totally feel it. I get chills thinking about it. We all are here to just help and teach each other. And I think that we're going to go far. And I just really feel like there's going to be so many people coming to the group that we want to help in any way we can, as far as spirit goes, learning how to meditate, our clairs, what they all are, what we have open, how to open more of them, dreams, what dreams mean, crystals, all kinds of things, divination tools. I'm going to try to touch on a few of those topics today, so if you will bear with me. I will go ahead and tell you, we have members here from all over the world. So I am from South Carolina, United States of America, and I don't know if you've ever heard the term Southern Belle. Well, that's what I am. I'm sure you can hear my accent, so I'm very country sounding, but I've got a big heart, and I just enjoy doing stuff like this. So you guys bear with me, and we're going to get started here in just 1 second. Okay, so a lot of you that are here, I am sure pretty much knows how to do this. But the first thing I want to talk to everybody about is meditation, how to clear your mind. A lot of people coming in today, coming into the group especially, are new and are trying to reawaken to the gifts that have been given to us by our Creator, Source, God, whatever you want to call it. So there are so many meditations you can find. You can go to YouTube. You can find guided meditations, just regular meditations with just music. But I wanted to tell you my personal experience. When I first started my reawakening, I found it so difficult to learn how to clear my mind. And as a child, we all know a lot of it is imagination. When we were children, we could imagine anything and create anything in our minds. So you got to try to go back and find that spot. Take yourself back to a childhood state if you have to, and remember how you used to imagine things, such as if you were playing under a tent and imagining, I don't know, just whatever. You've got to learn how to just use your imagination. So when you first begin to meditate, you need to try to clear your mind. And when I say clear your mind, you need to just totally empty out all your thoughts. Don't think about not one thing. If you're going to think about something, you need to shut your eyes, and you just need to imagine a brilliant white ball of light. That's the best thing I can describe to you. If you're going to have anything in your mind, imagine a bright light. But if you will go to YouTube videos, and I'm sure some of our other members and admins and Lorna we could probably post some links up to some really good guided meditations at first. When I first learned to meditate, I had to start out with a guided meditation just to figure out what I was doing, because it would help me learn to clear my mind and know what I was looking for, or what I was trying to achieve with the meditation. Because when I started this, I had no clue as to what I needed to do in order to try to contact my spirit guides, in order to try to connect with spirit. And you just first have to learn to find yourself inside and to totally clear your mind. Okay, so once you get to the point where you do learn to totally clear your mind, there are several different steps you can take. I can remember back to when I did have my first initial spirit contact was with a guided meditation, and I had learned to clear my mind by that time. And do not be frustrated if you do a guided meditation and you might do 1, 2, or 3 times and you do not sense or feel spirit. It may take you a while, but do not give up, because I promise you we all have this gift. It will come to you. Some might get it right off the bat. Some it may take longer. But when you do learn to do this, oh my gosh, you guys, it is so rewarding. It is unreal. Makes me want to cry, but it is so unreal. It is just a true gift. And you will find the more and more that you do it, it'll take less and less time. So I'm going to give you an example. I started my path to reawakening the day my father died. And I'll tell you a little bit more about all that later, but that's beside the point right now. So my father died a year and a half ago. And as a child, I had abilities, seeing auras, a knowing, an intuition. I followed it. I just knew things. But it progressed. So when he died, I made it my mission in life to learn to remember what I was given at birth, what I came here for. But as I did more and more meditations, it became easier, as to where it would take me an hour to clear my mind and try to connect with my spirit guides or with spirit. Now, I do what is called God consciousness. It's to where you can, and I have an awesome video I will post about this. His name is Dwayne Hartman, and he is just excellent in helping others with learning to connect with your God, your inner self, higher self, God consciousness. So now all I have to do is simply, in order to get in that zone to connect with spirit, is simply take a deep breath in, hold it to a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Slowly release. And while I'm doing this, I'll do it 3 or 4 times, but while I'm doing this, I will go to an empty space in my mind where I'm surrounded by the light. I ground myself. I tune into spirit in my mind, and I'm ready. I'm connected. But my point is to you, the more and more you practice with a meditation, I do strongly suggest a guided meditation for those of you that are just now getting into it, wanting to learn how to connect with spirit, because this will help you so much. You start out with a guided meditation. Then when you learn that, you will move on to a regular meditation, which is just so many kinds: binaural beats, rune chants, Reiki meditation, anything. Raise your vibration meditation, healing meditation. There are so many out there that are beneficial to you. But as you do more and more meditations, you will learn to clear your mind quicker and quicker. Spirit will come to you and connect with you quicker, to where you don't have to spend an hour or 2 hours trying to get in the zone to connect with spirit to where you can get to the point where you want to try to read somebody. It will get quicker, but the more you hone in on your skills, the more you work that third eye inside your mind, your higher self, your intuition, the quicker it will come. And this is Chia in the background barking. So hang on 1 second with me. Bear with me here. Okay, you guys, so I hate to break the video up, but this is my Chia pet. Chia, look. Say hello. Anyway, she needed a minute of attention, so Mama had to hold her. But anyway, the point is, the more you do, learn to clear your mind and meditate, the easier it will get. So your goal is going to be to start out with a guided meditation if you are just getting into this. And a lot of you already know this, but we've got to help those that are trying to reawaken like we all have done, because so many people have helped me on my journey to reawakening. And I really feel it is our duty to just repay it and pass it on, move it on forward to people, and just help whoever we can help. So number one step to connecting with spirit, being able to connect with your loved ones who have passed, being able to read people that are still living. Your number one first start thing you need to do is learn to meditate. You need to learn to clear your mind, because you have to clear your mind in order to connect with spirit. And it can take some time at first, but I promise you, the more and more you practice, and it won't take forever. I think when I first started, I did 5 or 6 guided meditations, a couple of times each, and then I was ready to move on to just a regular meditation that was not guided, because I had learned so much in that time. But I was really working towards being able to contact with my father. I wanted to connect with my dad. So it was my number one mission in life over the past year and a half since he passed. But it really did not take very long. But I did spend extensive time learning and researching. I mean, I got into groups, and I just did everything I could do to learn anything anybody could teach me. And I've at first spent, at least 6 hours a day on the computer studying. I've never taken a class. I am a psychic and a medium. Never taken a class. Everything that I have learned came from people just like all of us that have taught me to open up, which is what our goal here on Beyond the Veil is going to be for you guys. We are going to teach you any and everything you need to know, just to help you connect with spirit, just to help you and Source remember the gifts that have been given to all of us. So I'm going to drop the meditation part of this video now. And if there are any questions whatsoever, please, in the comments and feedback, leave us questions. We will try to post some links to some really good beginning guided meditations for you guys, as well as some regular meditations for you guys, chakra cleansing, chakra healing. And I will also post the God consciousness video that I was talking about, because it is very good. So once you get past your guided meditation and regular meditation, and you can just get to that point where it'll only take you a minute or two to connect with spirit, that's where you want to be. And I have some friends that can just literally close their eyes without doing anything and just be there, boom. I'm not quite there yet with that. I do have to have about 5 minutes to do the breathing like I showed you, where I can just take a deep breath in, hold it to a count of 3, and then slowly release it. And as I do this, as I take my deep breaths in, I'll do that 1 or 2 times, but as I'm doing it like the 3rd time, when I do that deep breath in, I am imagining my chakras, the colors just shooting out from my body as I breathe in. So I'm doing deep breath in, and as I'm breathing in, I do the red, yellow, orange, green heart chakra, blue throat, indigo, purple, and then on that breathe, that holding breath, when I come back out with the slow release of my breath out, I'm imagining that white light encircling me from head to toe, all the way down. So, and then I'm there. Spirit is with me. That's how easy it can get for you guys. So I hope this part of the video has helped you, and I cannot wait to talk about the next section. And I'm going to have to put Chia down before we move to the next section. So she's my little Chewbacca. She's a Shih Tzu, and she does not know she's a baby, but she looks like Chewbacca from Star Wars. See? But she's spoiled. She has no idea she's a dog. She thinks she's my baby girl. But anyway, okay. Be back in 1 second. Okay, you guys, I think I've got Chia taken care of right now, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your spirit guides. A lot of you know what our spirit guides are, but for those of you coming in and just learning, spirit guides are guides given to us before we ever come here to Earth. This is probably going to be really in-depth for people to try to understand, but hopefully I can explain it to you in a way to where you will have some understanding of it. Before we ever are born, we have had many times here on this earth, but we come back here to agree to come back for a reason. There's a purpose for us being here. And we are assigned spirit guides to help us, spirit guides and angel guides. And we all have angel guides and spirit guides with us every day. And we always have free will. So it's always up to us in life to choose what we want to do. But they are here and they give us signs and symbols to let us know what the paths we should take are, if that makes sense to you. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm not that good at it. Maybe some of the admins can fill in on questions or comments on this, but we all have spirit guides. So once you learn to meditate, which I talked about earlier, you will begin to meet some of your spirit guides. Sometimes you will not meet them. You don't know their name, but you know they are there with you because you can just sense them. Every time, every single day, I do believe in God, so I know that everybody's got their own beliefs, and that is perfectly wonderful. I know that different countries and cultures have their beliefs, such as a Buddha and all kinds of stuff. I do believe in God, but I do think from all the studies that I've done that my God is Source, the Creator, that all the other religions talk about, because too many stories are similar, are very close. But we all have guides with us, and you may not be able to see or sense them at first, but the more you get into this, you will learn to open up. You can feel them, you may see them, you may be even able to talk to them. I talk to mine every day. I have seen some of them, not all of them. I can't make out some of them. But in the guided meditations that I was telling you guys about earlier, there's a meditation out, several of them, many thousands, how to connect with your spirit guides, I strongly suggest that as one of your beginning meditations. But not to get off on meditations too much, but during my beginning stages when I was meditating, I did several guided meditations on how to meet my spirit guides. And I can remember, we also have animal guides. We have so many things. It's just unreal, everything. And I know I'm just quickly touching on things, but I met 2 guides and 1 animal guide and an ascended master. An ascended master, I'm talking about, don't think I'm being silly now. Jesus, ascended master, came to me in one of my meditations. I had 2 spirit guides that I know their names and I know what they look like. I drew one of them. I'm going to show you a picture of them. But my spirit guides' names were Ben and Angela. And let me see. I have a picture of Angela. Let me see if I can find her real quick. And I just kind of penciled a paper one day, and I am not an artist, so please don't judge my drawings. But this is what I drew, and I had no idea what I was drawing. I don't know if you guys can see that. See if I can get it up a little bit closer. But it was like she had like this halo coming out of her head. But I'm assuming that is a crown or an aura. And she had like a robe on. She's definitely there with me. Her name is Angela. I wrote her name on the back when I drew it. And then that same day, when I got her in my head and I had to draw her so I could remember, I got this. And I am just taking this as Eye of Horus, and you'll learn more of that as you research. The pyramid, the eye, the pineal gland, our intuition, our higher self. But I definitely strongly suggest a guided meditation to meet your spirit guides, because when you connect with them, they are so influential in our lives. So every day, because I do readings for people every single day, and I will say a prayer to God every day. I talk to God every day, and I thank Him for everything I have and everything that I don't have. And I thank Him for filling me with His Holy Spirit and His love, so that I may better myself and that I may help others on this journey. And I have promised Him and made it my mission to try to help others. So with that being said, once I do my God consciousness meditation that I talked about earlier, that only takes me just a few minutes, 5 minutes tops, and I connect with spirit, that is how I do readings on living or deceased people. And I will ask my spirit guides, because I have a relationship with them now, and after meditating and learning them, you guys will too, I ask them to come and be with me and to let me feel their presence. And I talk to them just like I would be talking to a friend here with me. You don't pray to them, you just talk to them. You tell them what you need, and if I need to connect with a spirit, say I'm going to do a reading for someone that has passed. I ask my spirit guides to come and be with me, to let me feel their presence. I ask them to touch me so that I can feel that they're here with me, and I do feel it. It's very strong. I feel chills. I get a cold chill. I thank them for being with me. I tell them I love them. I hope they're having a beautiful day. And I tell them I'm about to connect with someone who has passed. actually will tell them the person's name or show them the picture, and I talk to them as if they're right here with me, because I know that they are. And I tell them that I really would like their help in connecting with spirit. If the spirit is nervous about coming and connecting with me, to please try and make it more comfortable for them to come across to me, so that I can get messages of healing to their loved ones, messages that they have not been able to get across, so that I can help be the messenger for spirit. And that is what I utilize my spirit guides for, to help others. So I hope that this little bit of information on your spirit guides has helped you. There are so many guides that we all have. We have our spirit guides, we have our angel guides, we have animal guides. Oh my gosh, I could just go on and on. But one specific animal guide that I have that I must mention, his name is Hawk. He is a red-tailed hawk. He comes to me in my mind. He comes to me in my dreams. I see him daily. Literally, I have a red-tailed hawk in my backyard. I have 5 acres here, and he lives in the woods. And he does a flyby for me every single day. But every time I go to grab my camera or video to video him, boom, he's gone. So, but it's just a wonderful feeling. But during one of my meditations, when I was doing a meditation to meet my guides, spirit guides, animal guides, he came and laid on my chest during meditation in my mind, and his eyes looked into my eyes, and I literally, after that moment of that connection with him, from then on, anytime I shut my eyes to connect with spirit, anything, when I shut my eyes like this, it was as if I was looking through his eyes. It has been simply unreal. So he's with me for the duration. I've already seen him today outside. So it's crazy how spirit connects with us. But that is my quick information on spirit guides, animal guides, angel guides, the angel guides. Oh, there's so much to talk about. I've not even really mentioned them, but you guys, the angels are with us all the time. We have Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, so many archangels that are with us in times of need, in times of health, healing, protection. We can answer any questions you have about the archangels, but they are always with us. Every time I do a meditation, every time I connect with spirit, I ask Archangel Michael to be by my side. I let him know that I have protected and grounded myself in the love and light of God, and I ask him to please protect me. I ask that any spirit come through that is from the love and light, and I ask that all evil, negative spirits or entities fall away from me. They are not allowed on my presence or property. I keep my whole property surrounded in the light at all times, and it is very important to do that. You need to learn to ground and protect yourself, and by protection, when I say surround yourself in the light, surround yourself, surround your home, surround everything. Like attracts likes. As long as you have good, positive thoughts, you're going to have good, positive spirits come to you. If you are scared, show fear, think negatively, you will have negative entities come to you. You need to keep yourself surrounded in the light. You need to be protected at all times, and Archangel Michael is the perfect one for your protection. Now we're going to move on to the next topic. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to touch base on different types of forms of divination, different ways to communicate and connect with spirit so that we can help ourselves and help others. There are so many ways, and I'm sure I am definitely not going to hit all of them. Some of them I've never even done, but of course we know that there is the psychic, which is tuning into the energy of a person, a knowingness, a tuning in. A lot of psychics just know they can tune in. A lot of psychics, let's see, there are several different tools you can use, and I will try to show you a few. At first, you can use, you've heard of a pendulum, and I do have a pendulum, but I do not know where it is right now because I don't use it very often, so it is somewhere back in my back room. But you can take a simple chain, a necklace, whatever, and just put a ring in it. And what you're going to do is do some deep breaths and connect with spirit. Like I was telling you, a few deep breaths in, hold it, release slowly. And you're just going to hold your arm still and just simply ask it a question. And when you do this, let's see if I can get it still for a second. Is my name Carla? Do you see how it starts moving? So I know that that's a yes sign because my name is Carla. I'm not great with the pendulum. There's a whole lot of people that are, and there are skeptics that'll say, well, you're moving it, but I'm not moving it. I'm just holding my arm up. Spirit's moving that energy. Spirit moves it. Is spirit moving this pendulum? Can you give me a strong answer? Are you with me, spirit? So anyway, that's the pendulum. So you see, spirit is with me. So a lot of people use the pendulum. Pendulums can be used in yes or no answers. They can also be used in other answers. You've just got to learn how to work with it. You have to use your pendulum to see which way works with you best. Sometimes left to right is a yes, and a circular motion is a no, or a circular motion could be a yes. You've just got to connect with that stone. My pendulum is a crystal quartz pendulum. I have it somewhere here, but I do not utilize it often. I did start out with that as one of my beginning tools to connect with spirit, but ever since I have been able to connect with spirit, you know, here in my mind, I have kind of laid my pendulum usage down. But it is great for yes or no answers. It is great for starting out. And some people are just, I mean, you can get really in depth with the pendulum. But I do not know a whole lot about the pendulum, but I did want to mention it, that if you do not have a crystal pendulum, you can use a simple a ring or anything on a chain. I do have one. I wish I could show it to you, but that's one form of a divination tool. Another is what you would call prophecy stones or pebbles. I don't know if you can see this in this bag. And these are just beginner techniques. See, this one hasn't been opened. It's called prophecy pebbles. And then there's different stones in there. And this particular bag says the 3 stones represent a positive answer. White, a negative answer. Black, and the indicator stone. Brown glass. Holding the stones in your dominant hand, shake them like dice while concentrating on the question that can be answered yes or no with a positive or negative answer. Toss the stones onto a flat surface. The stone closest to the indicator stone is your answer. So this is very similar to a pendulum, a yes-no answer. But you know, we all have energy. Everything is made of energy. When we connect with spirit, spirit's putting that energy out into these stones. So that is another form of divination tool that you can use to connect with spirit if you you know, choose to do so. Another way of connecting with spirit, that might be a little progressive way. Let me just hang off on that one a minute. Another way to connect with spirit is through tarot cards. I have one set of tarot cards. I've never been that really good at tarot, but I do occasionally use tarot. This is Tarot Illuminati by Eric Doon. Let's see if I can hold it up where you can see it. They are simply beautiful cards. I love them. And there's his name. And this is what the cards look like. But, you know, when you connect with spirit, the cards are gorgeous, actually. I'll show you one. Let's see if I can find a High Arcana card here. I mean, they're really beautiful cards. They're embossed in the gold, and here's a picture of one. King of Pentacles. Oh, the tarot cards, they're so unique. It is unreal to me when you connect with spirit and you can use these cards and give someone just a personal reading that is just to the T, on point, perfect. And I don't, people do their cards differently. When I do use these, I do not spread them out like that and just pick one. If I use these cards for a reading, after my meditation, and this is just me, everybody's got their own way of doing things, I will hold my rose quartz pendulum on them, put it over a candle, and do me a little deep breathing, and then I'll connect with spirit. And instead of pulling a card out, I will take them like this, and I will just, let me get in front of the camera, and I will just kind of like shuffle them around, and whatever falls out or pokes out is the card. And I'll do normally a past, present, and future. You can do a 5 card. You can do however many cards come. If 3 or 4 fall out on a past, present, or future, you can use 4 cards, say on the future or whatever. But tarot cards are another form of divination. They all come, not only tarot cards, but you can do the angel cards. I don't want to call them angel tarot cards, but they're angel cards, tarot cards. You can use regular cards, like a deck of cards, to do a reading. I've never done that, but I know you guys all know the famous medium James Van Praagh. He can use regular cards for a tarot reading, which I think is interesting. I'm not really sure how to do that, but I don't know, maybe I could connect with one, who knows. But that's another form of a divination tool. Let's see, what other forms are there? For me, when I do a reading, or when if I'm going to read a person or a person who has passed, deceased, I just simply connect with spirit. And what I do after I do my breathing, I can't even describe it to you, because you have to learn to do this. But when I tell you, when you tune in to spirit and you shut your eyes and you connect with that spirit, it is the most simplest thought that comes to your mind. I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, I'm really big on auto writing. I love auto writing. I can connect with spirit without auto writing. I can just sit here like me and you and just concentrate, and I have to shut my eyes. I can't do it with my eyes open for some reason. I have to shut my eyes like this. But, excuse me. Oh, I'm sleepy. I can connect with spirit big time auto writing. So let me show you guys a little bit of my auto writing stuff that I do. So I told you I've fully learned the past year and a half. I've had the gifts my whole life. I couldn't read people, but I had a clear knowing my whole life, and I could see auras and spirits from the young age. As early as I can remember was 7 years old. I could see auras, just full color on people. So my dad passed a year and a half ago, and since then I have started this has been my lifetime commitment. So in a year and a half, I don't know if you guys can see all of these. This is like one of my first ones right here. Vision journal. And then messages from spirit. Intuitive. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have done the past year and a half, I have filled up 5 notebooks on readings, automatic writing. And so automatic writing is not easy to read. When I do a reading for somebody, it'll normally take me, let's see, I cannot quit yawning, you guys. I am so sorry. I'm sleepy. And it's only, let's see, it's 1:30 here in South Carolina, p.m. I got to go get in the carpool line in about 30 minutes, so I got to hurry up. But my automatic writing, if you can see, when I connect with spirit, I have about a 15-20 minute connection with spirit, and I have my eyes shut, and I have pen and paper, and spirit comes to me, and with my eyes shut, I write down what spirit gives me for their loved one, or if I'm giving a reading to someone who is still living. But this is kind of what it looks like. It's really chicken scratch. It's kind of hard to read because my eyes are shut. You can see smelling a clean fragrance, Little Debbie, ocean water. What else? Married, heart, Renee. That's one page. Like, here's another page of it. I mean, it's just kind of all over the page because it's spirit helping me with that. Katie, Catherine, playing, just different things. But after I connect with spirit, that takes 15 or 20 minutes. I then thank spirit and tell them that's all that I need, that I will get their messages to their loved ones. And then I open my eyes and I go through what I wrote down from spirit, and I put it in complete sentences, and then I give it to the person wanting the reading. So all in all, it takes me about, for the full reading, an hour. It takes me an hour to do one reading. So 15 or 20 minutes with spirit, and then another 15 or 20 minutes making it all make sense, and then I give it to the person who wants the reading. So in total, about an hour of my time for the whole process. But I started with the auto writing, and like I showed you guys, I filled up all of these notebooks here. In the past year and a half, being in the groups that I've been in and doing my stuff on my own, I have done 5 notebooks full of readings. So I'm going to guesstimate there's probably 150 readings in here. And there are so many ways, you guys, we can connect with spirit. That's just one of them. We have auto writing, scrying, palm reading. I don't know anything about palm reading. I've never done it, but I know many, many people do it. There's the Ouija boards. One of my people that I love is James Van Praagh. I've already mentioned him one time. And as a child, he started out with a Ouija board. So, you know, it's like I told you earlier, like attracts like. If you have good positive thoughts and you only want the good positive energy to come in and you protect yourself, that's what you're going to have. So do not let the Ouija board scare you, because they could be a really good divination tool for you guys. Scrying. Scrying is one that I have just now begun to dive into, but all of my clairs are pretty much open. So scrying is when you can look at the flame of a candle and see spirit. You can see signs from spirit. Look at a pat of butter on a plate and you can see signs and a story from spirit. Really, a story will play out. You can look at the clouds. You can look at smoke. Scrying is very unique. I've gotten to the point now, I did start out with automatic writing, but I can actually look out into the trees, the woods behind my house, and I can see spirits manifesting there. And especially if I'm doing a reading for someone, if I soften my gaze and stare out, I can give them a reading just by looking into my woods. Another way for me that has really started to blossom the past couple of months is if I'm giving a reading to someone that has a picture. Ashley Bergano, she just had a picture up of her loved one that had passed away, and I did a reading for him, and he was passed, but in his picture I could literally see a pig and that puppy. So in pictures, sometimes spirit makes it possible for me to see things before I even give them a reading, before I even have spirit, have that person that has passed, spirit, tell me what to tell the loved one. Sometimes I can just see it in the picture without, even before I connect with the spirit. But actually, in that picture, that's where I saw the pig and the dog. It's in there. I'll have to show it to you. I wish I had one of those computers with an ink pen where I could circle stuff, but I don't. So let me see. So we talked about the pendulum. Crystal ball. Tracy. She just got a crystal ball. Cannot wait to hear about when you start to use that. I do not have a crystal ball, but I really feel that I could pick up spirit from one. I am just really wanting one so bad. It's just something I've got to have, and I'm going to get you one very soon. So we need to hear about your crystal ball, Tracy. We got to hear about that. I want to see what you see in that crystal ball once you get through with your move and unpacking and all that stuff. Palm reading, I do not know much about, but I know so many people that are gifted with palm reading. Auras. Auras is another way to connect. It's a connection to spirit, and I'm going to teach you a real quick way how to see auras if you've never seen them. Get you a piece of white computer paper. This is so easy, and you can practice all the time doing this. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Let me see if I can find one. Hold on. Try to be quick. I tried to have all my stuff right here and ready to talk to you guys. Let's see. How to see your aura. When I told you guys back earlier in the video that I, as a child, had gifts that I remember, I was 7 years old, and that's one of the first memories I have of knowing that I really at the time didn't know I was different from everybody else, because I used to tug on my mama in church and ask her if she could see the colors around people that I was seeing, and she couldn't. So, you know, the more and more I asked, excuse me, y'all did again. She didn't see it, people didn't see it, but I saw it. So I knew I had a gift, and I've always had that intuition. But let me show you how to, real quick, try to see auras. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to message me in the group. I will be happy to help you. I know I'm moving through this stuff kind of fast, but get a piece of computer paper, okay? And you're going to, you know, find yourself a quiet spot or whatever. But you're going to take this computer paper and you're going to hold it, you know, at arm's length. Let me hold it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. So, okay, you're going to hold it at arm's length. And you're going to take your hand and you're going to put it on the paper at arm's length away. So what you're going to do is not focus your gaze. You're going to soften your gaze. And you're going to take that piece of paper with your hand on it, and you're going to start to look in between your fingers with your gaze softened. Don't stare at your fingers, but look at the spaces in between your fingers. And what you're going to be looking for is an outline of white. It's going to be like a little white haze or like a silhouette around your fingers. And if your gaze is softened and you're not staring straight at your fingers, you're going to see it. Just practice and don't let it frustrate you. Just start to practice it. And once you find that white line, if you blink, you'll probably lose it. But the more and more you practice on it, the more you're going to see it. But once you find that, you can slowly take that piece of paper and slowly move it around, and you'll start to see an outline of blue, and you'll start seeing some colors. But that is a way to practice. This is one of the very first things that I knew I had, and I've always been able to see people's auras, not just in white, but I can see all the colors of the auras. I can see your blue, your red, orange, yellow, purple, white, and it just mainly will protrude. When you start seeing a full aura off of people, the main areas you're going to see is from shoulders up around their head, like halos. And it'll come out a foot, 2 foot from their body at times when they have big, good, strong auras. Sometimes it'll be dark. That's when you know they need to have a big, major chakra cleansing, that there's problems with them. But if you start with that piece of paper and you see that white outline, you can move on to just going outside and looking at the trees. And if you'll notice, any inanimate object, everything is made of energy, you guys. We have all got energy coming from us. We've all got auras, plants, the trees, cars, the walls. I can see energy moving in the walls. I can see the walls moving as if you could stick your finger through it. Telephone's probably my husband. 1 second. Hey, you guys. Yes, that was my husband. But anyway, the point is, your auras, that is another way to read people. All the colors of the aura has meaning behind it. So, you know, I gave one of the ladies, I said something about her auras in one of the readings. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I can't remember. I do so many readings. I'm sorry. Anyway, auras can tell you so much about people. The colors you see around them can tell you so much about them, can tell you about their personality, their traits, what they like, what they don't like. Auras is another divination tool. Let's see what else we've got. Another way a lot of people connect with spirit, and I have not yet done this, but I really hope to do so. Is through objects that someone has passed, or someone is living but is missing, and people are trying to find them, is through things that person has touched or has had, personal belongings. I so want to be able to do this, and I really think that I am opening up to something like this now that's a new gift for me. But say like this. Okay, this was my dad's watch. But say that there was a person missing. Say someone had been kidnapped or had Alzheimer's and got lost, or God forbid had been killed, or somebody was missing, and the family was looking for any information that could lead them to finding out what happened, finding that person, that loved one of theirs. Tools to do that. Some people are able to read through things that a person has had or has touched before. This is something I so want to do because I love helping people. I am such an empath. It is pathetic. I've had dreams that I know are things that are either fixing to happen or have just happened, such as a car accident or something like a fatality, somebody that may have gotten killed. But I've had dreams wake me up, and then I've seen a week or two later in the news that it occurred. But the problem with us as being intuitive or psychic, we can see some things from spirit, but you're not sure when you see something that is happening in the future where it is located. I mean, it could be in another country, or, you know, you may see, say somebody died or got killed. You may see where it happened, and it could be in a creek in the woods, but you have no idea where that is at. That is something that is starting to open up for me. This is a new gift coming for me. Starting to have some dreams come about that are things that are what I believe to be in the future. So I really hope I can hone in on this gift. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a kind of like psychic detective work, I guess you could say. But anyway, another way to connect with spirit is through people's personal belongings. That's the best way I know to describe it. I'm still trying to learn about that, but that's something that's opening up for me. Let me see what else we wanted to talk about. Let's talk about really quick something that I know we've all experienced or have really hoped that it was, but we weren't quite sure, is orbs. You take a picture or you take a video and you see a little circle, a little ball of light that you think is spirit, and 50% of the time it is, 50% of the time it isn't. How do we decipher if an orb is spirit or a dust particle? That's the question. I don't think any of us can clearly define that, but I do know from past experiences. I don't have any pictures I can really put up right now, but I do have a couple of videos where I have captured real orbs in. But the best definition I can have as to whether an orb is a true spirit or just a dust particle is, to me, in a picture or in a video. I've seen a lot of videos regarding orbs. Pictures are harder to decipher, but if it's a dust particle, it's going to just slowly drift one way, and you're going to just kind of see it go out of the lens. If it is a spirit, it's going to bounce around. It's going to go here, there, and yonder. It's not just going to slowly go across the screen or slowly fall. It's going to drift, and it's going to bounce. It's going to go from one corner to another and back and forth and all around. That is the best way I know to describe an orb. Sue, this is especially for you. I do have a video. My husband and I were coming down. We had been to the mountains for the weekend. The mountains are only like 30 minutes from us. And we had been up into the mountains one weekend, staying for a little weekend getaway. And we were coming off the mountain, and I kept seeing something. And it was bouncing around the outside of the sun through the tree lines. And I decided that I needed to video that because I'm always pulling my camera out to do some videos of the trees and the birds and all that stuff. So I got it on video, and I will have to post it in the comment section when I post this to the group page so you guys can see it. But you can literally see, and it'll go, it's an orb. But it'll bounce all around the camera screen, and it'll go from a yellowish, brightish white light to a pink light. But it is very unique, and you can definitely tell it's an orb. Other than that, I don't know. That's all I know to say. A piece of dust is going to drift slowly out of a picture, but a true orb, a spirit coming through to us, is going to be all up in it, all in our space. So you'll be able to decipher. Just start paying attention to when you see pictures or videos. Videos are much easier. Pictures are very hard. If somebody says, "Oh, I got a picture and there's an orb in it," no, it's a lot harder to decipher. And who are we to judge whether it's a piece of dust or a spirit? Because if it's a picture, it's very hard to tell. We always want it to be a spirit. And in a lot of cases it is, but in a lot of cases it could be a dust particle as well. So that's when you gotta reach inside yourself and talk to your guides and tell them if it is spirit, try to communicate with you to please try to make them manifest into a clearer view for you. And that's my opinion on the orbs. I do know that spirits come to us in orbs, and I'm going to post that video so that you guys can see it. But I do know a lot of times people are in hopes that it is a spirit or an orb, and in fact it is just a piece of dust. So, but that being said, I know spirits are all around us every single day. But what we have to decide and to learn to realize and focus on is the signs from spirit. And I'm going to show you the signs from spirit next. Okay, you guys, signs from spirit. Oh my goodness, my favorite topic. Spirit is all around us every single day. It is just unreal, and people don't even realize. People that are not reawakened or awakened like us have no clue to how their loved ones who have passed are trying to communicate with them. Signs from spirit, major signs, come in birds, cardinals, all kinds of birds. Signs from spirit come in songs, a song that reminds you so much of somebody that you just totally feel them with you. A song that a loved one simply loved. I mean, was one of their favorite songs that you just happen to hear all the time. Spirit comes to us in dreams, big time. Dreams, I remember when my father died, I told you that I made it my mission in life because I knew if there was anything to all of this, that I was going to be able to contact my dad. And my dad knew that I believed in communication with spirits before he passed away, which has, I'm sure, made the progression of me being able to communicate with him a lot easier. It did take a while. I was actually able to read other people before I was able to communicate with my dad, and I kept wondering, when is it going to happen? When am I going to be able to communicate with you? But when it first happened for me, my dad came to me in my dreams, and oh my gosh, you guys, overwhelming. Simply just such a special gift to be able to connect with someone you love so much. Sorry. You know, it's said that when we dream, it's not death, but it's similar to, because when we're in a dream state, we leave our bodies and we're able to travel and to connect with people, especially our loved ones that have crossed. You've heard of astral projection, lucid dreaming. That is a little too in-depth to go into on this conversation, but I will do a video about it. When you have a dream about somebody you love that has passed away, and you wake up that morning or in the middle of the night and you're just happy that you dreamed about them, know 100% for sure that that is them coming to you, giving you everything they have to let you know that they're okay and that they love you. And you take that and you put it in your heart and you be happy. And you thank them for it, and you just ask them to come back, because they will. That is how amazing contact with spirit is. It is just the most wonderful gift that we have ever been given, in my book. And I am so sorry for getting upset, but I can't help it. That's just how it goes. So, spirits can contact us through the birds and through songs and through dreams. Spirits can actually, spirits that have passed can actually impress themselves on another person's face. Say you're at a store or driving down the road and you glance over at another car, at another person, and that person looks so much like somebody that you love that is passed. That's spirit's way of coming through to you to remind you of them and to let you know that they're there with you. It's not just coincidence. That's how it goes. There are so many ways it is unreal, and I learn so much every single day, you guys. It's just unreal. It's crazy. So I'll talk more about that, but I hope you guys, look how red my nose is. Good Lord. That's from crying and tearing up. But I'll talk more with you guys about that later. So let's move on to another topic now, so I don't sit here and boo-hoo on camera with all of you. You'll see me cry enough, I'm sure. So the next thing I want to talk about is, well, hold on a minute. Let me go back. Signs from spirit. Do you see this right here? So one last little thing, and I'm not going to jerk a tear. This is a picture of a huge sunflower. Do you see it? This sunflower is very special to me. This is a sign from spirit. This sunflower stood 15 foot tall this past summer and measured 14 inches wide in diameter. When I cut it down, it covered my whole face, and I have a picture of that. You could not even see my head. When my dad passed, there was a flower arrangement at his funeral with a sunflower in it. And that little sunflower just called to me. So when the services were over, I pulled the sunflower out and I brought it home and I dried it out. And when I had my garden last year, I planted it. And this is what I got from it. It's a beautiful story. So I cut it down, and it had just hundreds of sunflower seeds in it. And I saved them all, and I'm planting them every year in my garden this year. I just planted them this past weekend for this coming season. But at Christmas, I printed off about 10 copies of this picture that I took this past summer. And I put it in a Christmas card. And inside the Christmas card, I got those little ribbon bags and put just a handful of sunflower seeds in. And I wrote a letter up to my close family members, my mama, and I told them the story of the sunflower. And I named the letter Seeds of Love, and in honor of my dad. And I gave them to everybody at Christmas and told them to be sure to plant them this spring in memory of him, and to just spread the love from the seeds. So that is a major connection with spirit to me right there. Spirits come in all forms, always to us. We just have to be open enough to see them, you guys. So if you ever have anybody that's silly like me, boo-hooing over somebody, tell them, look for the signs. They're there. And if you're going through this, look for the signs. I promise you they're there. Lights flashing, your phone messing up, your computer messing up, anything. If you got any questions about that, you just personally contact me, because I will be happy to talk with you about it. Last thing I'm going to talk about today, because this video is going much longer than I anticipated, is crystals. And I'm not a crystal connoisseur. I don't know everything about crystals, but I do know that they provide us with a lot of good things. I do know that crystals are very important in our lives. They help us with our dreams. They help us with our manifestations. They help us connecting with spirits. They help us with healing. All kinds of things. So I'm going to just give you a short rundown of what I've got here. These I always keep hanging in my windows. I have crystals all around my house. These are in my windows. This is my angel. Boop. This here. She hangs in my kitchen window. I have another one here that hangs in the window by the pool. And I have this one. Dragonfly. I love stones. I have rocks all over my house. This one. Let's see if I can hold it up where you can see it sparkle. That's a geode I actually bought in New Orleans. I brought it home for my son and I to crack open. I'm going to show you a little bit of my favorites, but everybody has their favorite stones they like to work with. I do sleep with an amethyst and a rose quartz under my pillow every night. But this is my dream bowl, Miss Joanne Queen, my ladybug. I love you. She's got one of these now, but this is my bowl of energy. I always use when I meditate. You notice the angel feathers, feathers from angels. There's all sorts of crystals and stones in there. All kinds of things. My favorite two are here. This is what I use every time I give a reading. When I meditate, I hold this in one hand. Beautiful rose quartz. If you'll notice, I have a rose quartz bracelet in black tourmaline. And amethyst. So when I meditate, when I ground, tune in, and protect to do a reading, I got my amethyst in one hand and my rose quartz in one hand. These are my two faves. These are my babies right here. But I have a whole slew of crystals around me. This came from Mexico. That's a quartz crystal, smooth down, and it is gorgeous. And it helps with manifestation of dreams. My pyramid quartz. My big, beautiful amethyst. My big baby. I love that one too. My whole bowl full of stuff here. Oh, I've got one beautiful one I'd love to show you before we hang up. I haven't had this too long, but it actually has got the crystal vortex in it, and there's an amethyst still lodged inside, so I hope you guys can see it because this is a very special rock right here. Okay. See, the amethyst and the vortex is still in it. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about my life. What else have I got back here? Here is, I don't know if you can see this light, this lamp behind me. It's called a salt lamp, and I love it. I keep it burning all the time. It, if you got people in your home that have allergies or anything, it's a great natural, like, humidifier, but it is it's a salt lamp. It is made of salt, and it's absolutely beautiful to me. I love it. Another one of my drawings back there, one of my third eye drawings. Of course, I have my candles. I love my butterflies, as you can see. Another way Spirit comes to us, my butterflies. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think I pretty much touched on the topics that I had wanted to talk to you guys about today. I do want to let those of you that are just starting out, I want to let you guys know it takes time to connect with Spirit, but once you learn to clear your mind, it will get easier and easier with you every time. It is so possible for all of us to have this gift. So that is what our group is for. We're here. We give you practice readings. We're here to help you, even if you're not sure how to do it. Don't just let a reading slide. Try one. You may find out you're right. Just quiet your mind. And if I can give you any words of advice on connecting with Spirit, once you learn to clear your mind, just shut your eyes. And the most simplest thought that comes to you is going to be Spirit. And you may be like, no, it can't be that easy. But it's that easy, I promise. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I hope you enjoy my video. Please give me some feedback and questions. Me, Lorna, Sue, Tracy, Ashley, all of us, we're here to help you guys in any way we can. We're here to learn from you guys. Anything you can bring to the table to help us is greatly appreciated. We're just all here for each other. Love and light. Have a beautiful afternoon, and I look forward to my next video. If you guys want to hear any other topics on video, let me know. If you have questions, let us know, and have a beautiful night. Thank you for listening. Bye.